Hi everyone, welcome back to my kitchen today. Today I am thinking about the holidays, and I'm sure that we all have things that make us think about, the holiday season from when we were younger. And so the recipe that I'm going to share with you today is one of those recipes. So this cake that I'm going to do really makes me think about the holidays. As long as I can remember, my mama made this cake at the holiday season, right around Thanksgiving and before Christmas. She would make this cake for our holiday meal, but she also would make it in like small loaf pans and give it as gifts. So this is her very favorite cake. And so that's why I really wanted to do this video, just kind of to honor my mama because it's her favorite cake. And this year I wanted to be able to make the cake for her. So that's what I'm going to do. I hope that you will all enjoy this cake. It's an old-fashioned recipe and, it's really good. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So I have my mama's recipe card here that she wrote out for me. And so I'm ready. So I am starting, I already have 3 eggs in my bowl here, and I'm going to go ahead and kind of beat those up. And then to these beaten eggs, I'm going to add a cup of oil. Now, my mama's recipe says a cup of Wesson oil. I think that's really funny. When you look in old cookbooks, a lot of times like that, it names a specific brand. But I'm using olive oil because that's what I have and that's what I use. But the recipe does say Wesson oil, just in case you're interested in knowing that. And then I'm going to add my sugar. 2 cups of sugar are going in here. I'm about to slosh it out. All right, and now 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I'm using my homemade vanilla. I do have a video showing you how to do that if you're interested in that. Now this recipe calls for fresh apples. So I've pre-chopped 3 cups of apples, and I peeled my apples. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. You can do it either way. My mama said she thinks the cake is a little moister if you peel your apples before you chop them. So that's what I did. So I'm going to go ahead and add those in here. They will fit in this bowl, which I hope they will. I'll just mix those around a little bit. Okay, I'm going to set this bowl aside, and I'm going to work on my dry ingredients. So in this bowl, I'm starting off with, let me see how many, 3 cups of flour, 3 cups of unbleached flour. Her recipe says plain flour, which basically is the same thing. I like to use unbleached if I'm not using my sprouted flour or whole wheat flour. So this is unbleached flour, 3 cups. And the first thing I'm going to do before I start mixing that is I'm going to take my dates. I have a cup of chopped dates. And I'm going to put those out on this plate because the dates tend to stick together. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of my flour over those and just kind of work it through them here. I'm going to work this flour all around these dates so that they will be coated and they won't stick together in one big date lump in the recipe. Okay, so that's good. So now I'm going to go back to my bowl here. So I have my flour. To my flour, I've already got this mixed up, or measured out, I should say. So I've already got this measured out. And what I have here is 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1/2 of a teaspoon of salt. So that's what I'm going to add. And I'm going to mix that all around. Okay, so I think I have everything added in here that I need right now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add my liquid ingredients into my dry ingredients. And I'm just going to do that a little bit at a time. This is not a difficult cake to make at all. I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle some of my dates in here so I can get those mixed up too. And I also have a cup of chopped pecans here that I'm going to go ahead and start mixing in. It's getting a little hard to mix because it's pretty thick. Add more dates and more pecans. And I'm going to continue to mix. All right, I'm gonna grab my bundt pan. I'm gonna make it in a bundt pan today. And like I said, you can make it in the little mini loaves. I don't know how many mini loaves it would make because they're all different sizes. So if you decide to do that, you're just gonna have to experiment with it and see how many you can get out of one recipe. But the recipe does make a full bundt cake. So let me go grab my pan and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm using a new bundt pan that I just got, and I've sprayed it with oil. I hope that it doesn't stick, but I'm kind of taking a chance here because I've never used this pan before, but we'll see. But it is pretty. All right, so this is a really super thick batter, as you can see. It's supposed to be like this. It doesn't have any liquid in it except for the oil and the eggs, and then you're going to get some moisture from the apples, like I said before. So we're going to go ahead and put this in here. All right, it's all in here, and so I'm going to put this into a preheated 350-degree oven, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay, my cake is out of the oven now. I can tell you it smells wonderful, and it looks really good. So this baked at 350 degrees for 1 hour. My recipe card says 1 to 1.5 hours, so I wasn't sure how long it would take. It took 1 hour before my cake tester came out clean with this, but of course that could be different in your oven, so you know, you'll just have to check yours and see. I set my timer for an hour and I checked it a little bit before that, but it was done at an hour. So I'm going to go ahead and take it out of the pan if it comes out, and we'll see how it does. Okay, so here it is. Let me go ahead and slice a little piece and let you see what it looks like. And there it is. It smells so good. So I hope that y'all will give this recipe a try. I'm gonna tell you, my mama likes it best with coffee. So, you know, either in the morning with her morning coffee or after the meal with coffee. She says this is the perfect cake to go with coffee. So give it a try like that. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I make a new video every week, and I hope to see you back again next week. So thanks for visiting the farmhouse today.